Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? August? Yeah, because it was 2 weeks into the school year. I started a new job, started working for a school district nearby, not one that my kids go to. And I have had not so much now, I guess, but in the very beginning, I had such a hard time adjusting to that schedule, and just, I had like no energy. I was tired. I wasn't even in my planner at all. Like, I just didn't have the energy to put into any of that. So, and I'm making this video. I can't guarantee that I'll put out regular videos like I was before. I just figured I would come on here and show y'all what I'm working with this year for 2025, which is the Sterling Ink N2 full year. It's their similar size to the Weeks, the Hobonichi Weeks, but it's the full year, so it's got all the notes pages in the back. Before this, I was in the B6 size. I was trying it out, and I still love the B6 size, but I don't know, something about getting back to the week size, because I really did enjoy the Hobonichi Weeks, so I kind of wanted to get back to that, but I didn't necessarily want the weeks, so I switched to the Sterling Ink, and so far I've been loving it. I've been using it since, when did I start this? Wait. September, I think, is whenever I first started it, and I started it because it has all the pages in the back. It's the full year, and I say all the pages, it's got like a page for every day, I believe. 365 pages, so like you could use, if you do daily planning, like the full year is, you can have all your daily pages in the back, but I don't do all the daily stuff, so I was just using it to kind of jump into it early back in September. That, and I was just kind of, and see this, like even then, like because I started the job, I just didn't have, like I would come in here and I would kind of put my week down, but then I just didn't have the energy to put forth. I did this whole week, was working on some of this, you know, kind of getting, and some of it I would kind of go back and back plan. But there's some blank pages in here where I just didn't sit down with it. Just didn't have the energy, didn't have the time that I wanted to put forth into it. Yeah, so anyways, but this is it. So I figured I would just kind of give y'all a little walkthrough. I'm sorry, the ring light, you're gonna see that glare there. If you my dog Stella, she has a ball that makes those weird noises when it rolls, and so it's out there. Hank is playing with it. Stella's in here with me. And if you hear running water in the background, I don't know if you will or not, because it is fairly quiet, but if you hear running water, there's turtles in here with me. They are our classroom pets, and I brought them home this past weekend because it was going to be a long weekend, and I live in Texas, and we also had a freeze and snow. Like, I'm in Houston, the Houston area, surrounding area, and we had actual snow. Like, not just like kind of like sleet that stayed and like froze. No, we had snow. And it was, you know, all the neighborhood kids had a blast. My kids had a blast. So, and now it's melting, but yeah, we've been home for that all week. And actually my school district just canceled for tomorrow. I don't know if my kids I'm still waiting to hear on what their district is going to do, if they're going to open or close tomorrow. But anyways, okay, let's get into it. So Sterling Ink N2 full year. The very front, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. envelope that comes in my subscription to make a little pocket for the front here, like that. I just have an oracle card here in the front, just to kind of, I don't know, it's an abundance card. It says, I'm grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provided my life. I just figured that was a good card to kind of carry with me day to day. And then I have this Coffee Monsters Co., all the little monthly calendars that I kind of put together and used. Put this up top here, put that on that first page. This is my vision board that I made this on Canva. Each one, it's 2 separate pages, but I just kind of threw all the images in there and placed them how I wanted and printed it on sticker paper. And so here's my vision board pages. Oh, I just got a text message. My kids' school district resumed tomorrow after 2-hour delay. So I guess it's going to be a 2-hour delay for them tomorrow. Okay. Anyways, this is the goal pages, which I have never been a goal person. So sitting down with this and kind of putting it on paper, you know, I was trying to break it down, trying to find like daily, like very simple daily things that I could do weekly. I was trying to keep it as simple as possible, nothing extravagant, because I am not a goal person. But I thought, you know, this would still be something nice to have filled out, to kind of turn back to and say, oh, you know, I've been pretty consistent doing this, or, you know, I haven't done this month, maybe I can do this now. Like, I don't know, just something to look back to and keep track of. This spread here I'm using as a tarot tracker, just to track what suit and card that it is. There's already been a few days that I haven't pulled a card for the day, but I've gotten a lot better, because that's something else I wasn't doing after, you know, starting work, because I wasn't sitting down every morning. My whole routine changed starting this job. So, because before I would get my kids on the bus, I'd come sit down for my morning routine with my planner, with my tarot cards, I'd pull a card and do all that. Well, all that stopped. So I've kind of had to work it into my new routine with work. And so I've gotten actually quite a bit better pulling a card, working in my planner every day. Here is the quarter pages, all these. So I was originally kind of thinking to use this as like, I guess kind of a health tracker-ish, where all this up here, I would use my mild liner to mark whether it was done or not. And then here, the mood, steps, and sleep all have different lines, whether it's the dotted line, the straight line, or just like a little dash line. But I really don't like it. I'm going to continue it. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to see it through the whole month of January, but I really don't like it. And I think that's because it's too busy. It's too, like, I don't know, like all the mild liner stuff isn't, or mild liner, the Tombow stuff isn't bad, because that's what I'm using as a Tombow. That's not bad, but I guess all the lines, it's just too cluttered, I guess. I don't know. So next month, I'm going to use this strictly for house stuff, trying to keep up with housework, because that's something else that has kind of fallen by the wayside for me. Like, I'll do a little bit here and there, but it's definitely not what it used to be. But that's okay. My husband and my kids have kind of picked up the slack, especially my husband. I'm very, very grateful for him, because he has meal planned and cooked dinners and whatnot, things that he never really used to. I mean, he cooks, but I was the one that would meal plan for the week and figure out what dinners we were going to have. But he's actually picked up a lot of that, and I'm very, very grateful for him. So this next month, we'll try this and see how this works. And that means that this kind of a health tracker, I'm going to work it into my back pages. Okay, sorry, I had to pause it. My 13-year-old son is trying to bake cookies, and so he came in, he's like, they're not cooking, they're not baking, and I'm like, well, you have to remember, like, you know, put them in for the time that they're in, but then you have to remember while they're sitting on the pan cooling off, like, they're still gonna be finishing baking. So, anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, so February, I'm going to try to do this more of just like housework tracking and see how often I do things and, you know, when and whatnot. So that's that. We'll see how that works out. If that doesn't work, then I'll probably come up with something else to do for March. But so there's all the quarterly pages. Monthly page here, using a Coffee Monsters Co. Hobonichi Weeks kit, which the stickers themselves are just slightly smaller than these boxes, but not so bad that it bothers me. So it's perfect. Love it. The months, let's see. Into my weekly pages. So I've pretty much settled on this layout, I guess, where and there's someone in the Coffee Monsters Co. Facebook group that does this style layout in her Hobonichi Weeks. I right now cannot think of her name, but if she'll post like weekly, and so when you see it, just know this whole idea came from her. I just made it work for me. But we got the weather up here. I track sleeps, how many hours I slept, steps, my habit tracker. I have energy and mood. I'll pull a weekly oracle card and jot that down here. Meals, shopping list, and then just something like a quote or sticker or something I've been putting here. This side I use half of it for tasks and then half of it for my daily tarot pull. So I'll put it here in kind of the meaning of the card, and then I'll go back over here and just put that here so I can have like a quick glance, like, oh, well, the month of January I've pulled like more cups or major cards, you know, than any others. So, but this, yeah, this I'm pretty much set with this weekly. I think this has been working the best for me so far. Yeah, I don't see myself changing it anytime soon. This has been this week, and I haven't really done anything in the tasks here, mainly because I just didn't feel like it, and I kind of actually want to save this and put a picture, or, you know, like a couple of pictures here in this area just for the snow and whatnot. You know, seeing the dogs playing out and the kids and whatnot. I kind of wouldn't mind putting a couple pictures here, so that's why I've left it blank, because we were already off Monday, but then our school districts, me and my kids, both canceled Tuesday and Wednesday, and now mine has canceled Thursday. So, but yeah, this layout has been working very well for me, and I don't see myself changing it anytime soon. Okay, so here back in the notes, because these are all the weeks here, back in the notes pages, this is where I have my index, and I've been pretty consistent with keeping up on what pages I put, you know, what on. This blank page, I really don't know what I want to do with that yet, so I've just kind of left it blank. I've left a few pages for the index here, and then I have one that has grid spacing, if you can kind of see. Everything's just done in pencil on here. I probably will eventually go back and do it in pen, or whatever, but right now it's in pencil, and that's fine. And so this is what I had started doing whenever I moved into this September, October, was I had these 3 calendars here. I don't really know what I was planning on doing or had thought about doing on the side of them, but I just left it blank. It is what it is. And then I was using this as kind of a health tracker, all this here. And then this is where I was putting my sleep, steps, and mood. And so you see, like, this is a lot more space. It's not as cluttered. as this back here, where that's just, I don't know, it's just a mess. It looks like a mess to me. So I'm actually thinking about getting back to this in February. And I already have that drawn out, but that was October. November, didn't really, but of course, like, this is still like work stuff, and I really didn't pick up my planner, like really pick it up until January. Yeah, like I didn't do the tracker at all in December. I have the months here that I didn't do a whole lot with. I just kind of decorated. Oh, and I didn't do the December month here because the December month is up front. But even then, like, here's December. So, and then the weeks, because I wanted to move into it early. And so that's why I used all these pages. And I knew I may not use all of these even till the end of the year. I don't know, we'll see. So that's why I was like, well, I'll just move in early because I'm not going to use all the pages anyways. So all these, and then here is where 2025 really starts. So this, because I'm gonna be using the Coffee Monsters Co. monthly kits. This is her Tombow and Mildliner color suggestions. And so I went ahead and printed it on sticker paper and stuck it in here so that I could see, you know, what is suggested for each month for the kits and whatnot. I have, oh, right here, actually, and there's not really that many. This is for January. There's not many of that stickers left on it, but you can see, like, all the colors kind of coordinate with this. But I also put my swatches on the paper because it's never going to take the same on depending on what paper. Like, it's going to be different depending on what paper you use them on. So I wanted to know exactly what they would look like on this paper. And this is, of course, I always have my swatch page in the back, but this, I just kind of wanted it all together here for the monthlies. I also have 2025 books to read, which I haven't done. I haven't been reading a whole lot at all. And I actually made a media journal that I'll be tracking, like, books, TV, movies, and video games in. So I have a whole other, like, several other book spreads and stuff in that journal. But I just figured I would have this in here as well to kind of keep track of stuff, which actually this book here, that's going to be a DNF. I don't know. I started it, and this, if it doesn't grab me, like, from the beginning, I'm not going to read it. Here is where I will keep track of my Coffee Monsters Co. orders. So whenever I place an order, I'll put the little sticker here, or my subscription order will go here. So that's where these little stickers will go, and then I'll write the date underneath them. And then here is the moon and my cycle tracker, so I can kind of see where it falls along the moon cycles. Mood, so all the, like, kind of like the year-end pixels, that I have this in several different trackers. So I have my mood tracker here, and then I have sleep tracker, which, and what's done is done. It's 2025, like, that's just gonna have to be, but I don't think I thought, oh, sleep, I'll just pick, like, different shades of blue. But I don't know how crazy I am about all the blues. I kind of wish I would have done different colors instead of just blue for sleep. So, but it's just gonna have to be now for this year. So I'll just continue that. My step tracker, and I have it broken down there. Put that out of the way. Temperature tracker, weather tracker, and our one little day of snow. There it was, right there. And it's back to being sunny. We're in the 40s today, and I think here in the next couple days we'll be back up to the 60s. It's wild, but that's Texas weather for you. I have several pages of all the different monthly calendars drawn out. And this will be like highs and lows, like my highlight of the day, my low light of the day. And I've done pretty good about doing that. There's been a couple days where I I guess there really wasn't a low for it, or I guess I shouldn't be showing some of that. I wasn't even paying attention. Like I have some stuff on there that y'all probably shouldn't be seeing. But anyways, yeah, I've done pretty good about keeping up with that, but that's what all these pages will be, are my highlights and lowlights. And then, so the next two spreads, this one and this one, favorite meals and favorite beers. I actually had this in a different journal, but the other journal has kind of fallen by the wayside. And I started that like earlier last year or mid last year, something. I don't know. But I don't know, I kind of fell out of love with it, so now I'm just using it for like notes and jotting things down. Like I'll still use it, but it's not going to be what it was for. But these two spreads were in that notebook, but I liked them so much that I was like, you know what, I'm going to put them in here too. So favorite beers, because within the past several months I've started drinking beer, but it's more of like the sours and ciders. Favorite meals, to keep track of these and how they're cooked. So there's those. I've also decided to do a savings challenge this year. So every week I will mark off whatever amount that I've decided to save that week, and then I'll add it here, which I think actually I'm due to add another amount to my savings. So, because I have to do another one this week. But yeah, so I've decided to do that this year, just to kind of, because it always seems like by the end of the year, by Christmas time, I mean, like a lot of people, you kind of live paycheck to paycheck and whatnot, and I just wanted to be able to have something set aside that like I'll put aside and it'll be off limits. I won't use it for anything, so that by the end of the year for Christmas, we'll have extra cash or whatever to put towards presents or something. So there's that. Savings tracker continued. And then wish lists for everyone in my family. Me, my husband. So like if they randomly say, oh, like this is really neat, like I want that, I can jot it down, what store was at what price and whatnot. So all right, January. This vellum I printed out myself, but this is a freebie that you get from Sterling Ink in their monthly emails. So I printed this out, added it in as a little tip-in, which I've also done for February, and we'll get there in a minute. I did this page as kind of a currently page and projects. So these will carry over into the next month. Whatever I don't do, it'll just carry over continuously. Like if I don't get it to the next month either, it'll carry over into the month after that. So just things that I come up and I'm, you know, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I really want to do this, but I know I'm not going to do it right away. I'll jot it down and then I'll just keep it with me until I get it done, and then I'll check it off. Yeah, currently page here. And then I started daily journaling. Not really like big journal, just a few little like highlights for the day. I just kind of write it down, do whatever here. So, and then this will be for the rest of the month here. And then we move into February again, vellum that I printed from Sterling Ink. Printed that, tipped it in. I have currently page and my projects that I'll add in whatever doesn't get checked off in January, which probably the 2 that's not checked off now will get moved into February. And then here is the difference here is like I said, I wanted to get back to this style health tracker. So I'll have all this that I'll go through and mark off all this here, and then I'll have my sleep, steps, and mood that I'll do there. Oh, my Facebook just went off. But yeah, so health tracker here, and then I will start my journaling here after that. And then that'll be how my months go, unless something changes, because I want this to kind of evolve with my needs, which is why it's changing in February, because January, I've set something for January, and it's like, okay, I'm going to follow through with this month, but if things need to change, my washi's coming up. then I'll change it for the next month. And if it doesn't work for that month, then I'll change it to something else the month after that. It's going to evolve just like we do as people. Our needs change and evolve over time. So that's going to be for February. I'll try this out. And I have a feeling this will work just fine. So I'll probably keep this for a while until it doesn't work anymore and it doesn't serve its purpose. So that's pretty much it. That'll just, because all these will be my, you know, journaling and whatnot pages. Unless I think of something else that needs to get written down, then I'll add that. I always have a swatch page for my Tombow markers and my mild liners. And then I always have, Hank, stop. I always have a pen test page where I'll write it down and then I'll see if it smears, or like here I was testing out if I wait, like if I write it down and do it immediately, it smears, if I wait 5 seconds or if I wait 10 seconds. So there's that. Oh yeah, and then I'll just have another sticker sheet in the back. There's a siren going off somewhere. Anyways, squirrel. But yeah, so this is my planner for 2025, and I keep it in this, which is a TN size. Let me zoom out just a tiny bit. This is a Moterm cover in the TN size, so it is bigger than the actual planner, which means that next year I might actually switch this to the N1 instead of the N2. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so I just I take this and I slide it in this side here. So it sits fine here. I have some notebooks that I've been taking notes and stuff, and zipper pouches and whatnot. And it closes up pretty nice in there. And it's really not, it doesn't bother me that it's so much smaller than the TN size. But I stick this in my bag and it goes with me to work. So when I have like a free moment briefly or at lunch or whatever, I can sit down with it and just kind of update it. Or if I don't get to update it, then I'll update it when I get home. But yeah. So there it is. I hope y'all guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I can't promise that my videos will be regular. I'm just trying to get back on here and show y'all what I'm working with this year, and I'll try to get back on here from time to time and update y'all and maybe do a plan with me from time to time. So yeah. All right, guys. That's it for now. I will see y'all next time. Bye.